Previously on Water Rats.
So you think the killer is Joe?
Well, it could be some seedy drug connection, but my bet is Joe.
All right, what's the bet?
My house.
If you didn't do anything, why were you running away?
I wasn't running.
What, you just out for an afternoon cruise?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, tell that to Constable Sykes. He's got 4 stitches in his mouth.
I didn't kill her.
You're sure that Lyons killed Acton?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Oh, you just bet your house that Joe Boyd was the killer. What, you trying to win it back again, eh?
Good work. Let's see that brief as soon as possible.
You get to keep your house.
Just as well, I'd have to move in with you.
A snake? Bit of octopus. It's not moving. It's winking.
What you got, guys?
Look!
Oh my God, Oliver! Drop it! Drop it now!
Tell me, how long were the kids playing before they found it?
Well, about 10 minutes today we found the winky.
Winkle. You know, the...
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, thanks. Hey, Tommy, any sign on the bit they're usually attached to?
Not so far.
What do you reckon? Winkle or Winky?
Why? How do you white guys tell the difference?
It is what it is.
Can't tell you as much as you might expect. The pubic hair certainly suggests the male is Caucasian.
So it's definitely male.
I won't be able to establish that until I have the full range of test results.
Looks like it's got a few miles on the clock.
Almost impossible to determine the man's age.
Like most men we've met.
But it was severed, say, in the last, what, 24 hours?
Good guess. If you come in just a bit closer, you'll be able to see the jagged skin at the base of the penis. Cut off with a knife. Sharp, serrated edge, in my opinion.
Looks like an old boyfriend of mine. Think the fellow was alive when it was cut off?
No evidence to suggest either way.
Good-o.
Thanks.
Should have had a little slab on its own.
Hey, there they go, quick. Hey, Frank, can you confirm that you found a severed penis on Clemens Beach today?
Yes, a man's penis was found washed ashore this morning. However, as yet, we have very few leads as to the identity of that penis.
Will there be an identikit of the organ released?
Yeah, right. But, we do have great fears for the man's safety. He's obviously in need of urgent medical assistance.
An horrific crime, wouldn't you say? So what's the next step in your investigation?
Well, yeah, we do need more members of the public to, stand up and...
You want all the members to stand up, Frank?
Those with something significant to say.
Okay, jokes aside. If this guy doesn't hit a hospital within 12 hours, chances are he's not going to make it at all.
Yeah, well, Sarge, it's hard to believe that he hasn't been missed by someone.
Unless it was his missus who did the, you know.
Oh.
There may be no connection, but there was a report of a disturbance on the Lady Cutler around 5 a.m. Caller heard something being thrown overboard much earlier, but it was only reported when she heard the sound of glass breaking.
Is any word of the old guy who lives on the ferry, Keith Nunn?
Negative.
We gave him the usual wave last week.
Get out there. Pretty quiet.
You there, Keith?
Anyone's had a touch of seasickness?
Keith! Go on! Hey, matey. Hey. Go on! Stop there! Tell her stay here!
Tommy, you better come down below.
Out like a light. Here. Poor Keith.
Presumably, whoever it was put up quite a fight.
Cotter's Beach isn't far from here, is it?
Yeah, I suppose it's a connection.
Waiting, huh? That's the best escape I've ever seen. Let's go. Come on, man, I've got a cramp. Your hand.
Hey, Dave.
Where you going?
Don't envy you blokes.
Hey, Rachel.
Hate these gloves.
Watch out.
Oh, yuck.
It's Keith. He's the old guy that lives on board. He's the caretaker. It's his room.
That blood looks congealed. Could have been here a couple of days if this place was locked up.
Yeah, vicious attack.
Oh, yeah. Did those boys have blood on them?
Everything but.
Take it easy, guys. Those pilots have seen better days.
Don't worry, Sarge.
Wonder how long the caretaker's been missing.
Milk still okay?
Yeah, here we go. Serrated edge. You got a bag?
Yep.
Take it easy. Oh, watch out.
Hey, what's that over there?
Sarge, I think we've got him.
Yeah, that's Keith. Keith Nunn.
Looks like we found the owner of our lonely penis.
Poor old bugger.
How long was your mate out cold?
I don't know. Maybe an hour or so.
And what were you doing all this time?
Nothing much. Pretty much what I'm doing now.
You're doing nothing much for around an hour? Come on, Garth.
I told you already. We never killed anybody. We never even seen the guy, okay?
So you're saying you never saw anyone when you went on board?
I can't remember. I can't remember getting on the boat in the first place, man.
Oh, come on. Could you at least try and be original? I'm getting a bad taste of deja vu.
I don't think we saw anyone.
You don't think you saw anyone? Well, the bloke who lived on board, he's dead, Wayne. Murdered. So I reckon you better think a bit harder.
What? Now, wait a minute, man. I thought we were here for property disrespect. Nobody said anything about murder.
Well, you better tell us what happened from the beginning.
We just had a few drinks. Just found some golf clubs and...
You smashed a few windows?
Yeah, Garth's not a very good shot. It was an accident, all right? We didn't kill anyone.
Well, you see, we've got a situation. Because what we've got is we've got a room full of blood, we've got a dead caretaker, and you can't vouch for Garth's actions because you'd passed out?
Right, you ever been on that boat before?
No! What are you picking on us for? We're just a couple of homies.
All right, little homie, you just stay here, okay? I'll be back.
What do you reckon?
Well, why would they do it? And why stay for a round of golf if they did?
Practice? I mean, they're hardly geniuses.
What do you think?
Well, we can charge them with malicious damage and break, enter and steal while we make a few more inquiries.
They're not responsible?
Well, you know, Keith Nunn, he's an old fella. I mean, unless they've got a few screws loose, he's not much of a threat to them, is he?
Look, there's no luck with the prints on the knife. The blade hadn't been touched and the handle wasn't conducive to prints, so... I will run a check, though, on the victim, see if there's something there.
I'll pick up that pathology report on him.
Great. Well, all we've got here is a couple of dickheads wasting our time.
Our time, Jeff. Our time.
The penis definitely matches his corpse. Allowing for the time spent in the water, the patterning of the wounds on the penis match with those in the groin area. See the wound here, the fringed effect? The serration is most marked here, as it is on the shaft of the penis, indicating where the cutting began.
I reckon you're enjoying this.
The edge is definitely in accordance with the severance.
Right, do you know what happened first?
The chest wounds. 2 in the left ventricle and 3 in the lungs. Any one of those could have been fatal.
Thanks.
One more visit and she's mine.
You just cut out the bad jokes.
So that's confirmed, is it? No, that's all we need. Thank you, bye. Keith Nunn, arrested in 1974 for sexual assault. The victim was a teenage boy. Nothing since.
How old was the boy?
16.
Right, so we can get his name on crime database?
Yeah, well, the conviction date was the 31st of October. That would make him... 41.
That's it. Thanks, Ellen. Just because he's got form 20 years old doesn't mean it's going to be his MO for life.
Well, history has proven that a leopard hardly ever changes its spots.
Yeah, but what are you suggesting? That Keith tries it on them, they knock him off, and then they wait around till we arrive?
Well, they were both pretty drunk. I mean, he might have plied them with alcohol first.
Well, let's ask him then.
All right, Wayne first, less mouth.
Yeah.
Sit down, Wayne. All right. We want to know what you knew about the dead guy.
Told you. Nothing.
Oh, come on. The guy's an old perv. He's come on to you and Garth, and you've decided to teach him a lesson. You know, things got out of hand.
Oh, is that what happened?
That is crazy.
Well, it's not out of the question, is it? I mean, we all know that Keith Nunn had a history of sexual abuse.
Well, the old guy was a poofter. Now, look, me and Garth, right into chicks.
Oh, lucky us. Look, mate, you look like the sort of guy that, you know, if you'd done something wrong, you'd want to get it off your chest. You know, so now's the time.
You see, we've got a brutal murder on our hands here. Now, we found you and your mate at the crime scene, so you want to think long and hard if there's anything more you want to tell us.
Look, I swear, we didn't kill the old guy. Okay? We never even seen him.
Hey. Hi. What can I get you?
I'm Detective Goldstein, Sydney Water Police. Is this a regular stop of yours?
Yes.
Every day?
Yeah, look, what's this about? I've got a permit from council.
Oh, no, it's just we're interviewing everyone in the area. You see, the fellow who lives on the Lady Cutler, he was found murdered. You right?
Yeah.
Did you know him, did you?
Kind of, yes.
Right, do you mind if we just have a little talk?
I'll just grab my daughter.
So what do you mean exactly by not very well?
Just a regular customer. Ham and cheese toasted, white coffee and one, that's about it. Seemed nice enough.
When did you last see him?
I have Fridays off, so a few days ago, maybe the day before yesterday.
Does he get many visitors? And did he seem upset or a bit aggravated the last time you saw him?
No, sorry, I don't know.
Look, if you can think of anything at all, just give us a ring. Here's my card. There you go.
Must have done something pretty terrible for that to happen. You know, someone to cut it off.
Maybe. Thanks.
Yeah, Neil Jenkins. That's Keith Nunn's sexual assault victim. He's been in and out of Grafton jail, but he was released 3 days ago.
And what was he in for?
Oh, petty stuff. Have a look.
And don't tell me. He's still in Sydney.
Well, it was. He's on the 3:30 home. That was the bus company. They're holding at Eddie Avenue.
And he's going to tell the passengers they got engine trouble?
Yeah, something like that.
That's the way. Interesting he's in Sydney at the time of Keith's murder.
Interesting that he's leaving town today.
Jenkins. At least that's what it says on the passenger list.
But he said he got sick and tired of waiting. I saw him hitch a ride in a van.
Well, what was I supposed to do? Arrest him?
Oh, it's all right, it's all right.
How long ago?
About 15 minutes tops. It was a yellow and blue combi van.
Did you get the rego? No? No.
This is Sydney Water Police to Water Police 200. Suspect vehicle spotted about 10 k's north of Hornsby.
Afternoon, Neil. Didn't your mummy tell you hitchhiking could be dangerous?
Keith Nunn, age 62, lives on the Lady Cutler, Blackwattle Bay, caretaker of that old ferry, never married.
You know more about him than we do.
Not by choice, I promise you.
Are you aware that he's been found dead?
You come to Sydney to see Keith Nunn?
Yeah, I visited him, yes. Thought I'd forgotten about him, the bastard.
And when'd you visit him?
2 days ago. You should have seen the look on his face.
Not a lot of sympathy there, Neil.
What for? I can trace every bad thing that ever happened in my life right back to the moment when he molested me.
And why'd you wait until now?
Neil, did you kill Keith Nunn?
No. I didn't.
Well, you look at it from our point of view, Neil. I mean, he obviously came to Sydney to confront the man. Next thing you know, he winds up dead, and you're on your way back to Grafton. We're on your tail, and you do a runner, so help us out here.
He was alive when I left him, and I can prove it.
How?
When I was getting off the boat, I passed a young woman and a kid. They were going on board. He was expecting them.
Can you describe this woman?
You didn't tell us you knew him socially. In fact, you said you hardly knew him at all.
Inside, Poppet. Go on. I sometimes left Sophie with Keith when I went out. Mum's good, but, you know, she asks too many questions.
Did you leave her with Keith Nunn that night?
No. When I got there, I overheard them arguing.
What about, you know?
Is it true what he was saying about Keith? There used to be a child molester?
He has a conviction, yes, but it was a long time ago.
The other guy, he was really angry and aggressive. I think he might have punched Keith.
But Keith was alive and well when you left him.
Yes.
So you were the last one to see him. I'm sorry, Lani, but we're going to have to ask you to come down to the station with us.
Sure.
Hawker's office, pronto.
We won't be a minute. Senior Sergeant Blackmore here will look after you.
Can you come this way, please?
Here, Chief.
So this girl's a suspect?
Yeah, of sorts.
Right, plenty of suspects and no brief.
Oh, it's not like us, is it, Frank?
Oh, no, I mean, we could be sunning ourselves on Bondi Beach and be just as effective.
I wish.
Severing a penis could be construed as a female crime.
What?
Well, I don't know, maybe she lost it when she heard a little girl's babysitter had been done for sexual abuse.
Yeah, possibly.
We'll find out. Get onto it.
Well, that's what she's in for.
And get onto this other one, Neil Jenkins' character.
Yeah, that too. Just chill out, Jeff. We're onto it.
You're trying to say that I killed him because I didn't.
You did go in and talk to him that night, didn't you? Huh? Did you tell him that you weren't going to leave Sophie with him anymore? Come on, Lani, just tell us the truth.
You don't look so good, Neil.
I had a few drinks last night. Is that a crime?
No, it's just that doesn't mix with your medication.
Judgmental bastard, aren't you?
Did you have a few drinks the night you punched Keith Nunn? Come on, Neil, I don't blame you for punching him.
Good. Because if you want me to say I'm sorry the bastard's dead, I'm not going to.
He tried to tell me that it wasn't true. How could I believe him?
And then what happened?
He started using Sophie. He wanted her to tell me that he had never touched her. She's 3 years old.
Did you talk to Sophie about this?
She couldn't tell me anything. But I couldn't stop thinking about what he might have done to her. Just imagining him alone with my child. I can't bear it. Do you know what that's like?
Were you angry enough to hurt Keith?
Yeah, if I could prove that he'd hurt Sophie, yes. Well, yeah, I would have done it. No, I'll never know.
You've travelled all this way to settle an old score, and all you can manage is one lousy punch.
The point of me coming was to confront him. I wanted him to see me. I wanted him to see what he'd done.
It was 15 years ago, Neil. I mean, you've been angry a long time.
I've had enough of counselling. The only thing that was going to make it feel better was acknowledgement from him.
Or getting rid of him altogether.
Is that a question?
Did you go back there and kill Keith Nunn?
I couldn't kill him. I wanted to, but I didn't have the guts. I'd been psyching myself up for years. And then when I came face to face with him, he still had the power over me. Pathetic, aren't I?
Do we believe either of them are capable?
I don't know. How do you pick him? I mean, do you think I'm capable?
Depends, if I pushed you far enough. I mean, I put pressure on Neil.
Yeah, well, that's our job. You got a bit of a soft spot for him.
Yeah, well, he's had a rough trot.
Body washed up near the seawall at Walsh Bay. There he is.
You must have come in with the tide.
Yeah, well, she's too rough to tie up to the wharf. I'll bump you in. You jump off, I'll pull the Nemesis back and hold there.
Nothing to hold him on?
Oh, yeah, Jeff, we had bucket loads, but we just let him go for the fun of it.
Oh, come on, Frank. Our most likely suspect just took his own life.
We didn't have anything to charge him with. I mean, he didn't even resist arrest. Well, you tell me, come on, you're the ex-police prosecutor. What do you want me to do, hold him on some pumped-up, half-baked brief?
All right, Frank, you've made your point. Doesn't change the fact that we have a dead suspect.
Yeah, well, I feel sorry for the bastard, too.
According to the pathology report, Neil Jenkins had a blood alcohol level of 0.16 as well as a cocktail of other prescription drugs.
Guilty conscience probably took his own life.
Maybe. But when it came down to it, he was a coward. Told me he didn't have the guts to get the revenge he wanted. I believed him.
You need a lot of guts to top yourself.
Depends which way you look at it.
You guys better read this.
You come inside? Dear Lani, the time for us has come to be together. God has loved you from the moment you were born. Now he has chosen to give himself to you in human form, and that form is me. I've made sure no one will ever come between us again. I'm your protector. We will sail the rough seas together. Be ready for me.
You take a seat. Thanks. So, do you think it might have anything to do with Keith's death?
What makes you think that?
I've made sure that no one will ever come between us. Maybe it was that guy I saw on the boat. Knew that I was friends with Keith.
Lonnie, that guy killed himself last night. Couldn't be him.
You were pretty angry with Keith. I mean, what's to say you didn't write the letter yourself?
That's crazy. This isn't the first one I've got.
Not same as this?
No. Poems, sort of. This one seems really weird, don't you think? Also, someone stole some things from my truck once. Photographs and rosary beads.
And what were the photographs of?
Me and Sophie. I kept a few tucked into the sun visor, and the rosary beads were hanging on the rear vision mirror.
Old boyfriend?
Well, someone who knows you, or thinks he knows you.
No one I know would do stuff like this.
Well, whoever it is, he'll probably get in contact again, I'd say.
I've made sure no one will ever come between us again. Yeah, she's got a stalker, but is he a murderer?
Gotta be a possibility.
So what do you think? Anyone a candidate?
Nah, just the usual young blokes who are all a bit wet behind the ears.
No one handed you anything?
Or only the regular lunch orders.
Let's see him.
Must have been here.
Oh, yeah, sure was. Look, he's ordered a number of ham and salad rolls, Coke, cream buns.
Well, that's Packet Crane Hires.
Yeah?
Right. Do you want to stay here?
Yeah.
Hello there.
Oh, g'day.
Hey, I'm Detective Holloway. This is Detective Goldstein, Sydney Water Police. I wonder if you could tell us who gets your lunches for you.
Craig Castle, Junior.
Right, does he usually write out the orders himself?
Yeah. Look, is he in any trouble?
Well, we won't know until we speak to him.
Well, he's just ducked down the lunch van. Said he got the wrong Sambo, but I reckon he's just sweet on the girl who runs the van.
Helen, can you circulate a white Toyota van, Rego PJU212?
Don't worry. We'll get your mum
You've got a male driver. We think he's abducted a young woman. Yeah, and can you organise a local car crew? A child's being left behind. Thanks. Helen's onto it. Let's have a look around, okay?
Okay. Come on, you come with me, eh? Yeah, indeed. We had a good look around. We checked out the Lady Cutler, but still no sign of her. Yeah, the local crew's going to hang around, keep an eye on Lani's truck.
Try his home address then.
Yeah, righto. Young bloke still lives with his mother.
Maybe he likes her.
Well, let's hope he likes her enough to turn up for Arvo T.
Surrey Hills Patrol has sighted a white Line-Ace van, Rego PJU 212. They're south on Cleveland now.
Right. What have you done with her? What have you done with her? Did you write this?
Yeah, my boss hates it when I get things wrong.
How about that one?
Lani shouldn't have given you that. That's just between me and her.
You're living in a fantasy world, mate. Does she even know your name?
So I wasn't too sure about all this stuff at the beginning, but I know that Lani goes to church, so I thought she'd probably go for that. Did you like that? So I know Lani would have liked it because I know what Lani likes.
You seem pretty sure about that, Craig.
What did you mean when you said I've made sure no one will come between us again?
I meant what I said.
Do you know anyone named Keith Nunn?
Yeah, that's funny. I was just talking about churches and you want to know about nuns.
Look, your work's near the Lady Cutler, isn't it? Have you ever been on board?
No. Well, I know that old bloke carked it out on there, and me and some of the guys from work went and had a squiz there.
How'd you find out?
Saw you on the TV. And we heard it was that old bloke's dig. It was weird, you know. Knowing that had happened now, I almost lost my appetite.
Where were you the night Keith Nunn was murdered?
I was at home with my mum.
I'm going to ask you again. Did you know Keith Nunn?
No, never met him.
If Lani's your girlfriend, how come you don't know where she is?
We're not joined at the hip. I told you the last time I saw her was when I swapped my pie.
Thought it was a ham and salad roll. No, nothing to charge him with. Except bad spelling. I'm still no closer to getting the girl.
We can't be sure he grabbed her.
Of course he grabbed her. He's deluded. Doesn't even know her.
Frank, we can't hold him.
Oh, we've got to put the dogs on him. I mean, if he's got her, he won't be able to stay away from her.
Still no sign of Lani. She hasn't turned up at home or back at work. And her family's calling around her friends, but her mother's worried. Says Lani would never leave Sophie on her own.
I have to get back to work now, I think. Can I just ring my mum and she can come pick me up?
Must be your lucky day, mate.
Constable.
Thank you, Helen. Dog's reported Mum's dropped him back at work safely. She should be home by now.
I'm coming.
Mrs. Carson.
G'day, I'm Detective Goldstein. This is Detective Holloway. We're investigating the disappearance of a young woman. As a result, we've got a warrant to search these premises.
I'm sorry, now's not convenient.
We have information concerning your son. We believe there might be evidence in this home relating to this girl's disappearance.
There's a lawyer lives around the corner. I'd like to talk to him, and then we can carry on from there.
You just show him this when he gets home. Excuse us.
Excuse us.
Just show us where Craig's room is, please.
I don't know what you're expecting to find. My son's a good boy.
Yeah, I've met him.
He doesn't like anyone going in.
Oh, he's obsessed.
Oh, yeah. Better take a look at these.
But you can't take his things.
Yes, we can, Mrs. Castle. It's all part of the warrant.
Well, he takes photos of her all the time, you know. Sends her flowers, writes her love letters.
And then kidnaps her.
Oh, yeah, it's a full-on romantic thing. Everything but a consent.
And doesn't get us any closer to where she is.
Why would he kill Keith Nunn?
Well, he watches the girl all the time. I mean, she and Keith are friends, you know. She trusts Keith. You know, leaves the kid with him. Well, you see, Craig, he watches this. He imagines they're more than just friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but cutting off his penis, I mean, that's pretty extreme.
Well, so is this obsession of his. I mean, he's got photos all over the room.
So you're going to bring him in again?
Yeah, talk to him about this stuff. I tell you, he's our man.
He's been on a case for a while.
He's cunning as a rat. Kept a pretty low profile for a perv.
BKG Sydney Water Police to Water Police 200.
Water Police 200 by?
Craig's disappeared. He hasn't been sighted leaving his work, and unless he's doing overtime in the dark, I think he's given us the slip.
Copy that, Helen. We're 2 minutes away. We'll check out the premises. Over.
Elusive little bugger.
Elusive little bugger? Bloody dangerous lunatic.
Thank you. Ah, didn't he talk about sailing away?
And the Lady Cutler?
Yeah, it's not within the limitations of his tiny brain.
But that boat's 30 years old. Besides, we already checked there.
Yeah, but not since he gave the dogs the slip.
Thanks.
My tip is he's stashed it somewhere else, but he'll go back there eventually.
Helen? Yeah, it's me. Yeah, can you hear me?
Craig Castle, you're under arrest.
Oh, we've sorted it out. We've sorted everything out. Lani and I've sorted it out, haven't we?
Come on, Craig. Let us talk to Lani so she can tell us what she thinks,
Hey, you stay away from us. You're not going to hurt him. Stay away.
Vic AG Sydney Water Police to police launch Harpy.
Harvey standing by.
I want you to swing by the Lady Cutler, pick up Rachel.
Yeah, copy that.
Come on, pal, now give it up. Look, you're surrounded by cops, you haven't got a hope, all right?
You ruined everything. You don't understand. Everything would have been all right if you just left us alone. I want you to get off.
Hey, Tommy, can you head him off?
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Hey, come on now, you haven't got a hope, I'm telling you. Look out! Here you go. There you go. Hey, this is your lucky day. There you go. You all right?
Help!
You'll be fine.
Now! Help!
Yeah, and I didn't realise how many times I'd actually have to stab him before, he honked out. There's a lot of blood. There's blood everywhere. I was covered in blood.
Why'd you kill him?
That boat was our boat. It's Lani and my boat. And he's never going to give it to us. He was in the way.
Did you cut off his penis before or after you murdered him?
He put up a pretty good struggle for a man his age. But when he in the end, when he settled down a bit, I was able to do it. Although I did have some trouble with it.
I'm sure you did.
Made me feel a bit squeamish, actually.
Why did you do it?
I know what he wanted to do to her.
What, same thing you were going to do with her?
He was a dirty old man.
All right, so what was your plan, Craig? What were you going to do?
Don't you think she's the most beautiful girl in the world? She's like the best, most vulnerable, most precious thing I know.
See, that's the thing we're having trouble understanding. She doesn't even know you.
You don't get it, do you? You guys, you don't get it. I love her.
Well, love, that's what you call it, is it?
It's like a full-on connection. It doesn't have to be about words or physical contact or anything. Like sex just makes things messy and confusing, and sex just wrecks with your head.
Oh, you say you never intended having sex with her?
No. blokes like you wouldn't understand.
Well, you do understand that you're going to be charged with murder, do you?
I will still be together. No, you see, I'm her destiny and she's my destiny. And, I'm just here, I'm here to save her.
Right, saving her means kidnapping her, restraining her.
That's just for her own good. I wouldn't do anything to hurt her.
Yeah, you won't be able to get that close to her. OK, Constable, take him away. There's a good bloke.
This way, sir. Come on.
I don't know how we're supposed to walk out of there and feel like we've solved something. I mean, what is it with these guys?
I completely agree. Got me stuffed.
I mean, why is this guy so different from, say, you?
Me? Well, I don't know. Luck, chemicals.
I mean, he has this girl. She's terrified. He doesn't even know.
Yeah, well, got to keep these shields on their toes.
No, most guys are not that difficult to work out.
That's true. I'm complicated.
Why don't you come and have a beer with me?
Well, a beer's something I can understand.
Yeah.